9 to 5 jobs. Do we really need one, or have we been brainwashed and conditioned to believe that we do need a job for security? We must be grateful for having a job. But I'm here to tell you in this video, that's not the case. We all have a choice. You have a decision to make. Do you design your own life, or are you happy to be assigned one until the ripe old age of 68 and hopefully take a pension because you've been contributing to your employer who has matched your pension? Well, don't take that risk, because it's a big one. Life is for living and experiencing. And I promise you now, if you serve someone for 45 years of your life, or wherever you are right now in your corporate career, I promise you, you'll look back one day and you'll wish you would have taken more action and invested into yourself. So let's start from the very beginning, shall we? This all started from school. And many people say the school system is broken. I'm a firm believer it is not broken at all. It is working perfectly fine, because it is churning out worker bees, good boys and girls. Oh, and by the way, I must say, this video, if you're of an older generation or you believe in working hard for your employer and master, don't listen to this guy with a tattoo on his neck. This video won't be for you. This video is for people who are aspiring entrepreneurs and know they want more from life for them and their families. I'm just saying that at the very beginning. Should have said that at the start. So the school system is working perfectly fine. But what it did to all of us, and it has done for generations, is it teaches you to do as you're told. Put your hand up, don't make mistakes, speak when spoken to, go on your break when we tell you to, eat when we tell you to, go to the toilet, and we'll give you a little bit of holiday every now and again, as long as you're good. And by the way, don't speak up and go against us, because there will be consequences, because we want to soul snatch you and we want to destroy the backbone and any charisma you had in you, because then you'll do as you're told and you'll fit nicely into a job. And that happens throughout primary school, secondary school, college, university, until you're ready for the big wide world of the workplace. And that's how it goes. But I'm here to tell you there are options for you. You have a choice. Now look, we all need to work and make money. Okay, we can all agree on that. I'm not saying don't make money or, be lazy. And I'm not saying that getting a job temporarily isn't needed, because I had a job up to about 7.5 years of working in the employed world, but I used it to my advantage to leverage my situation so I could build a business to eventually escape. Okay, because we all have a choice. Now, the first thing you all need to do is change your belief system. You have to believe that you can take responsibility and control for everything in your life. And we're going to come on to something which is called control the controllables, which is going to open your eyes to actually how much power you have in your hands. And that's a little bit later on in the video. But it is about changing your belief system. So perhaps reflect on the people that you're hanging around with. What kind of conversations are they having? Where do they want to go? What kind of money do they earn? Are they ambitious, entrepreneurial? Because if they're not, you're likely to believe a very similar sort of belief system that they have. If they're happy to plod along and, go through the drama at the workplace and backstab and pretend to be someone else just to survive, and all these kind of problems that come with the hyper-competitive situational life of the workplace, you'll probably end up like them. Whereas if you start surrounding yourself with people who actually want more from life, who, enjoy making money and creating a life that was designed by them, you'll start thinking like that, and you'll be inspired to achieve more for you and your family. And I would love for all of you to experience that, because it changed my life and my family's life. Now, you have a choice, and I really want to tap into this. Control the controllables. So let me ask you some questions. You might be fearful in the thought of going and getting another job, or starting your own business, or stepping outside your comfort zone. And I totally get it, because you have probably built a life around your job and your salary, which is why your wage, or they call it the slavery wage, is incredibly dangerous. You earn a certain amount of money a month, and you and your family start living to the penny and the pound of that salary. So now you've become trapped. You've got rent, you've got a mortgage, you've got a car on finance, you go on a certain type of holiday, the wife or the husband likes to spend a certain amount of money on whatever, and now you're living to that wage. Whereas really freedom comes from having very minimal expenses, but constantly evolving with your finances, so you bring in a lot of money, but you barely spend any. And the saying of keeping up with the Joneses is totally true, right? And it's a very real thing, but the Joneses, you have to remember, are broke. They haven't got any money. The way I like to live my life is, I shop at Primark. I could afford Louis, but I shop at Primark. The reason being is I don't really care what people think of me in terms of what I wear. I wear my company clothing most of the time, and I'm not trying to prove a point to anyone. Wealth whispers, Remember that. And it's really nice to have money in the bank to be able to do what I want all the time with my family, and I'm not trying to prove anything to anyone. The people who pretend to be rich, they're working Monday to Friday, doing 60, 70 hours just to live for the weekend. So food for thought. You can control the money that you spend. You have a choice on that. You can control the people that hang around you. You have a choice. You can control whether you make more money or not. Whether you believe it, you do. You could learn to build a business. And most of you haven't even tried yet. Or the older generation and baby boomers or the naysayers will say, not everyone can start a business. And my question to them would be, have you ever even tried? Have you actually given it a go? And if you did give it a go, did you stick with it for a minimum of 3 years, going through the trial and tribulations, learning from mistakes, falling over, getting back up, building resilience, learning everything about business and entrepreneurship, and that it's tiring, it's full of pressures and stresses, and you have to evolve and educate and develop and adapt and pivot? Have you given that a go for 3 years solid? So no, all the people that tell you business is risky, they've never even tried. So remember that, be very careful who you listen to. But you control most of the things in your life. You just maybe aren't wanting to admit it, because then it means you have to take responsibility and ownership. Like if all of you didn't like your job, you could go get another job. If you're being bullied, you don't have to put up with being bullied. The cost of living crisis, to me, isn't real. And it isn't to most of my business friends. Why? It's not because prices aren't going up, because they are. They always have done. For the last 100 years, prices have gone up. But because we've evolved and we've taken accountability and ownership, and we've developed our own cash flow, and we've not relied on a job, we've made more money. So when prices go up, it doesn't really affect us because we don't notice, because we're constantly looking for ways to develop and evolve. And I want that for you. The people that complain about the cost of living crisis are those that are sitting on their hands going, well, my employer's not paying me more money. No, and they're not going to. They have a bracket and an expense, allowance for you, and you're going to fit within that. Don't expect to be paid more money. You're lucky if you get a 2 to 4% pay rise each year, but that comes with being in a job. Would you rather go through sort of temporary discomfort of taking some calculated risks to bet on yourself and re-spark those dreams that you had as a kid and start building and designing your own life? Or do you want the discomfort for the next 45 years of working for someone else and going through anxiety, depression, bullying, harassment, micromanaging, loss of job, company restructure, mass redundancies, AI takes over your job? A new manager comes in that you can't stand and that they start picking on you and they manage you out of the company. You are all just a number. I mean, that's the other thing, and it sounds really harsh. And I don't have anything against jobs, right? And I love when people work hard and they enjoy what they do, but there's no denying you are just a number. And you have to remember that. So what I'd like all of you to do is control the controllables and just take that accountability. So what's the solution? Well, firstly, you just need to wake up and acknowledge that you have a choice and that you can control the controllables. You cannot make excuses anymore. You can't say that, well, Aaron, I've got a family and I've got a mortgage. Yeah, welcome to my life. I was the only income, I had bills to pay, and I had a baby to feed, right? And I still done it. I slept less, I woke up earlier, and I went to bed later. And I did 2 shifts. I did my first 10-hour shift, and then I did my second 6-hour shift, because I wanted it so badly. I wanted out of the 9 to 5. I didn't want to rely on this false job security because it didn't exist. The security is within me. As long as I perform and I evolve and I develop, that's secure enough for me. Okay, because I can take responsibility for that. So that's the first thing. Wake up and acknowledge there is no excuse. Whatever your situation, single parent, you're on universal credit, whatever, you still have a choice. Now I want you to start taking some calculated risks. There are too many people out there throwing this business is risky and 90% of all businesses fail in the first 2 years. That is not correct anymore. 90% of businesses do not fail in the first 2 years because they are built with zero money, and they are also built while you still stay in a full-time job, so you mitigate all the financial risk that there is, okay? Because you're still in a job paying your bills. It just means that you've got to put more time and effort in and not go out at the weekends or spend money on things that you can't afford. Stop blaming other people for where you are in your life. Stop blaming your employer, stop blaming your ex-wife, your husband, your parents. Take responsibility for wherever you are in your life, own it, and then do a 180 on your life and go all in for 12 months on you. Self-educate, apply, learn from mistakes, and learn how to cash flow. Now, if you're not sure on how to start a business, I'm even gonna go one step further. Joe, my editor, will pop it up on the screen. And I keep telling everyone about this. It's all for free. I've created a 93-minute video, how to quit your job and build an online business. And it's all for free. You have this at your fingertips. It'll be on the screen and it will be also at the end of this YouTube video. That video could quite literally change your life, and it will open your eyes to the possibilities of you don't need a job. We need to work, we need to make money. Yes, we all agree on that. And I'm not telling anyone to be lazy. What I'm trying to say to you is work smarter, think for yourself, be creative, because naturally that's what humans are. We all want to work. You know, we want to do something, we want to be productive, but it's so much better when it's working for yourself. Take the opportunity. You know, and especially if you are earning, again, I said it before, but if you're earning between 1,500 to 2.5 grand a month, you have no idea how simplistic it is to replace that bracket of income between 1,500 to 2.5 grand. You could replace that from working at home. So the answer to all of this is, you know, you don't need a job. You need to work, you need to make money, but it doesn't need to be in the form of a job, thinking that it's secure, because it's not. Things become secure when you take responsibility for where you are in life, where you've been, where you are now, and where you're going. That's when life gets super good. And just finally, to the people who say, well, not everyone can be an entrepreneur. Again, my answer is, have you even tried over a period of time where you have given it your blood, sweat, and tears? Because 9 times out of 10, the answer would be no from these types of people. There's more to life. Start living. You get one shot. I hope this woke you up. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I don't know. But if it did, let me know in the comments what you resonated with most. I try and keep these really authentic and raw and real so that this hits home to at least some of you, and that I would love for you to go on to actually do something with your life and design it rather than being assigned. Again, you can make a plan or you'll be given one. You can create your own market or you'll be put into a market. So until next time, I'm wishing you all the best. Please do drop a like, subscribe, check out the how to quit your job and build an online business, and let me know what you resonated with or what you're going to build in 2025 in the comments section. Until next time, peace out.